for the moment to fight back.
Belgium currently running 5th here in Portugal. Oh, but he might not be there for long. C'est fini, says Thierry. His 2013 title challenge looks over.
Look at this, Neuville clearly as committed as ever. Not sure it's enough though. Sebastian Ogier wins his 4th consecutive title. The Belgian is 2nd again.
Thierry's legions of fans sounding confident. What happened there? Something in the suspension has failed in a big way. Huge moment in the championship fight. This is a serious problem for the championship leader.
What torment for the Belgian. That's the 3rd year in a row now. Neuville has finished runner-up to Sebastian Ogier.
Bittersweet for Neuville, his 12th career win. But it's Tanak that takes the 2019 title. Thierry must be wondering if his time will ever come.
5 times a runner-up. Will Thierry Neuville finally be crowned World Rally Champion? It's a question that could be answered here at the Central European Rally by the end of the biggest weekend of Neuville's career.
We know what we have to do. We know it's important to score lots of points, but we also know that usually on tarmac we have good speed, we have chances for a good result, and the target is to stay focused on our job throughout the whole weekend, and the rest will come itself. We know who are our main rivals, so if we can keep them behind, things could be done. However, it's not all that easy. It's a challenging weekend ahead. We know that we need to finish in front of Voigt for sure, take 2 more points than him, a few more than Sebastian as well, or he can't take 10 more than us, I think. So, but at the end, it doesn't matter so much. What's important is that we have a trouble-free event, and I know that if we have a good event, we will anyhow take lots of points from the weekend, and that's our main goal this weekend.
Thierry Neuville leads the driver standings by 29 points. The Belgian's long wait for the title will end if he outscores Tanak by 2 points, while making sure he loses no more than 10 points to Seb Ogier and 15 to Elvin Evans. Kalle Rottenberger's win, combined with Elvin Evans' second place last time out in Chile, has reignited the fight for the manufacturer's title. Toyota have slashed Hyundai's leads to just 17 points, so that contest looks set to run until the final round. The Central European Rally sees a return to tarmac for the remaining events after 7 consecutive gravel rallies. Neuville's road position as first on the road now a distinct advantage, but his title rivals will be piling on the pressure. We'll hear later from team principal Cyril Abiteboul, who has spearheaded Hyundai's push to the top of both championships. And the Belgian will need the support of his dedicated fan club to see off the challenge of his teammate and, of course, the 8 times WRC champion, Seb Ogier.
Obviously, we are still in a very close fight with Toyota as well. So, in this moment, there is no strategy really you can put into place. So, first priority is to keep Toyota in bay, and then we see the rest of the doors.
Is it more important for the team than the drivers? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like I say, I didn't really focus much this season about the drivers. It appeared at some point that we were on the course, but the last 2 events haven't went our ways, and now let's say it's no point really to think about it. So let's focus on enjoying those 2 races, try to win them, and try to win the manufacturer title.
It's no easy start at the Central European Rally. Thursday and Friday feature the Czech Republic's notorious stages, before Saturday's combined German and Austrian leg. And it's in Germany where the CER will conclude on Sunday, perhaps with the crowning of a new world champion. An expectant crowd gathered in Prague to show their support to the championship protagonists in the final moments before the battle commenced. The first stage, a super special around Prague racecourse. The last 2 rallies of the season on tarmac. Hyundai cars set to perform better on the smooth surface this year. They lead Toyota by 17 points. The Japanese team will be very keen to head to their home rally, still in the fight for the 2024 manufacturer's crown. An early slip for Neuville, crushing a bale, clipping his wing. The bale wins. Early cosmetic damage for the would-be champion. 2 seconds dropped to the stage winner, Ogier. Also Thursday, stage 2, dusk. 3 more days and the long wait for a debut title could be over. A longer stage this one. Clatterby on the road back to the service park, which is over the German border. The mission, the same. Settled find speed, find the rhythm, and the rest would follow. But Thierry Neuville wasn't happy because of his clipped wing.
I took off the arrow in the front right by stupidly touching a throw belt, so I didn't know, but obviously it will handicap me for the whole day tomorrow, but let's see, it wasn't too much of a disaster.
Different thinking in the other Hyundai i20, where Tanak would try and thwart Thierry, beat him and take the title chase to Japan next month. Either way, it would suit Hyundai. Also keen to get their hands on a world title. Who's the king of tarmac? Jarveoja. He's forgotten more about driving on tarmac than most people will ever know. A tricky stage. Unreliable light. Seb, like Oit, slightly slower than Neuville. Bright lights picked out the grip in the Czech roads for Elvin Evans. Reassuringly dry roads, and the weekend wasn't predicted to get any rain. Happy days. This was not the way for the wannabe WRC 2 champions to start the rally that could give him the championship. Johan Rosell was a tad too fast. A little overconfident, up on two wheels, into a bale, into a fence. Well, he was lucky to get away with it. By the time he reached the end of the stage, that wheel was worn down to its spokes.
What happened in there right at the end?
I don't know.
Neuville closes the gap to Jarveoja to less than a second, but our championship leader is clearly concerned about the missing front aero. Tanak is a further second adrift, so the gaps are tight as the first full day awaits. The reason Neuville is so concerned is with just 2 remote services on Friday, he'll have no opportunity to replace the front wheel arch. The resulting loss of downforce could prove significant, especially on the tarmac route. Just how significant remains to be seen. And it might derail their ambitions to clinch the title this weekend. When in doubt, get the gaffer tape out. Now, to test their handiwork out on the stages, Thierry and Martin set off to find out. Friday will be run entirely in the Czech Republic, and the drivers had identified this as the most challenging leg of the event. 6 stages, over 110 kilometres of blisteringly rapid forest sections, unpredictable grip levels, and dirt dragged out from corner cutting. And that's all before the threat of changeable weather. They tackled this stage last night in the dark. Let's see how they do it now. Stage 3. Broken aero or not, Neuville put in a great time on this stage in the dark, and with the benefit of the early morning light, he was quick again. First on the road, and a good benchmark time. A misty morning, a bit of damp in the air. The grip not quite so trustworthy as last night. Tanak in 5th place, and through here still a little slower than his championship chasing teammate. Jarveoja, rally leader, very quick in stage 3. He was getting on really well with his first stage of the morning. Seb, super quick, stretching his advantage a little bit more. Down there, beneath the fog, is stage 4. A good start from Thierry Neuville. At stage 4, well, there were so many variables, changes in time. In grip, in the road condition, in the width of this road. But Neuville was in the groove. Jarveoja finding tenths and hundreds of seconds in places where the Hyundais couldn't. Ogier brimming with confidence. Too much? Lucky boy. Time dropped though.
We just checked the right rear all is okay.
What happened?
You went wide in a junction?
Yeah, but I stopped, so nothing happened. I lose a bit of time, of course.
Evans was the fastest through the opening corners of stage 4. The stateside trees flashed by. He clocked the fastest time and he closed in on Thierry Neuville. The title chase was getting away from Adrian Fourmeau. He had a really hard landing after this jump, mid-stage, and the rest of the stage was harder going. 20 seconds were lost. Now, when you've been one of the most famous sportsmen in your home country for over a decade, you gather a loyal team of travelling fans. Belgian flags proudly on parade. Thierry Neuville's father at the front, hoping to see if their boy can finally lift this driver's crown.
My name is Biggie. I'm the secretary from the official Thierry Neuville Supporters Club. And we start our career with Thierry in 2010. Thierry was 18 years as he started with his rally career. I have a lot of emotion. My heart is like, I don't know, my heart is bumping all the time. I'm so nearest. And I hope in the afternoon or the end of the day, he will still be the first. And we really hope this will be our weekend. The weekend for the world champion.
3/10 off this lead. This was looking good for championship leader Thierry Neuville. Neuville, who had noticed the lack of good grip so far this morning, well, now it looked damper, mistier, proper autumn conditions. A treat for the cars behind as well. Dragged some slippery dirt onto the road.
Well, it's clear you've had quite a moment in there. What happened?
Try to put a bit dirt on the road, hopefully it works, but overall very tricky, lots of grip changes, and we still struggle with the balance in those conditions.
Tanak needed to wake up if he was serious about challenging Thierry for the title this season. Thierry was getting away. Oit couldn't let that happen, but this grip was fickle. Rally leader Jarveoja, even he was searching for this grip. This damp was deceptive, and in Thierry's dirt, he was losing time again. But how much? The lead was gone. Now it was Neuville's. That's news that soon reached the Belgian contingent.
So 3.3 seconds down. How do you feel in conditions like these?
Yeah, I think this one was a bit expected, that it get quite dirty from the front car, some leaves. So it was just a mistake for me on the last junction again, where I lose a bit of time, but otherwise it was an okay stage.
In third place, but no time at all behind the rally leader, Neuville. But stage 5 didn't allow him to build on the progress he was making. The leaves in the road were making it difficult to know exactly where this grip was. Leaves under the trees, they can frighten a driver. But it was this left-hander that frightened Tanak, although he escaped unhurt. The lack of grip finally claimed its first victim. Mikkelsen was too fast coming into this long, rising left-hand stretch, and suddenly he was a passenger, and his I-20 was lost. It did look pretty. It was blocking the road. It was game over. After 6 stages, Thierry leads Seb by 3.3 seconds, with Oit in third place. The morning is over. It's time for a debrief, remote service, and some new tyres.
Thierry, for now, things are working out to plan.
Yeah, for now, definitely. I mean...
В огненном танце ритмы и слов я творю свой мир, ломаю устои. Весь танцы не сломлюсь, я воин идей. В моем сердце огонь, в глазах яркий свет. Я иду напролом сквозь тернии к звездам. Он закрой мой девиз, мой путь неустанный. Он закрой, я качаю биты, мои ритмы снаряды летят сквозь лимиты. Я творец своей судьбы, я во власти слов. Он закроет, я меняю мир, ломаю устои. сюжет. Каждый день это новый виток, новый взлет. Не боюсь ошибок, я учусь на лету. On the grind я расту, становлюсь сильнее. On the grind я качаю биты. Мои рифмы снаряды летят сквозь лимиты. Я творец своей судьбы, я во власти слов. On the grind я меняю мир, моя устой. On the grind я качаю биты. Мои рифмы снаряды летят сквозь лимиты. Я творец своей судьбы, я во власти слов. On the grind я меняю мир, моя устой. On the grind я веду до конца. Моя жизнь это пламя, моя душа песня.
We had a good start into the rally for sure, yeah, trying to keep focused and concentrated. Challenging conditions this afternoon again. There might be less fog, but probably more muddy sections. Yeah, so we need to keep things together, keep the car on the road. As long as we're gonna enjoy, I'm sure we're gonna be in the good battle.
Is this the weekend? Championship leader Thierry Neuville leads the Rally of Central Europe. If it stays like this, he'll be very, very happy. He can do no more. He was leading the championship, leading the rally, beating his nearest rival and teammate, Tanak. How Thierry Neuville wanted this weekend to speed by as quickly as this stage. Things were getting faster and looking better now for Tanak. He couldn't be ruled out of this title battle, and he wasn't going to be, but he still had work to do. The ultimate party pooper, the ultimate champion, the ultimate driver. Neuville may have got himself into a great position, but Ogier was not going away. But he says he's still not quick enough. Is it true the Toyotas aren't as fast as the Hyundais on tarmac? Sammy Biari got a little too up close and personal with the greenery in stage 7. But his escape method was perfect after that fast crest. Just floor the throttle. The final stage of the day, the travelling Belgians delighted.
Thierry, that customary little smile and a stick of the tongue out. I mean, you've made it to the end of the day and potentially more than likely in the lead.
Yeah, I'm happy to be at the end, to be honest. It's easy to make a mistake in there, and I knew that the only thing which was important for us was to finish the day, so I took it a bit more steady in some places, but it doesn't matter, I'm happy to be here.
His closest title rival, teammate Tanak, completed the day just 7.8 seconds behind the Belgian.
You're happy to be where you are?
I have no idea where I am, so let's see after this one. But yeah, we've had at least a clean day, and I would say we tried to take the best out of it. So
you're kind of in the fight. That's where you are. You're not far away from it.
thank you.
Good situation for Hyundai. For Thierry, so far, so brilliant.
We are all so happy. It couldn't be better. And yeah, our nerves are like that. My blood pressure is going up and down. My heart is jumping. And yeah, I don't find any words. What can I feel? We have a lot of emotion. So I could cry. I'm happy. All together. I can't find any words for that. I have a lot of feelings in me.
If Bigger was hoping for a less anxious day on Saturday, we're afraid she's out of luck. It was action-packed from the first stage to the last, as the fight for the 2024 Drivers' title continued. Cyril Abiteboul is not afraid of tough decisions. With Thierry Neuville in the lead and chasing his first driver's title, and teammate Tanak just seconds behind, the team principal will prove his leadership qualities.
we know mathematically what we need to do, but mathematics is one thing, but rally and sport is something else. And therefore, I think we should not, try to sort of be outsmart ourselves. We have a car and drivers that are capable of nailing it down when it will be the time. One thing I think we should avoid is creating an extra pressure. There is no reason for them to take any risk. So frankly, the brief is simply to look at the buffer of points that they have available, which is more than enough given their speed, given their talent, given also the car that we have, to make it happen when we can and when we have to, which is frankly on Sunday of Japan. Having in mind also that we already have an eye on next year. There is lots going on already towards next year, so it's not like everything is finishing this year.
What do you feel your impact has been within that team to make it a success?
I think what was needed was not huge. So I think it was about probably bringing everyone together and providing maybe a bit of direction to the team, a bit of confidence to the team, and maybe also creating a bit of bond between people. I was not bringing extra resources. Yeah, I've been trying to do is keep retaining the key people and key talents. Most of the things that we needed were already there. So it was about making sure that maybe bringing the recipe when the ingredients were there.
What do you think Cyril Abiteboul has brought to the World Rally Championship and the Hyundai team? You have big rivals.
What Cyril has brought, he has of course been out from the rally box, so bringing some new perspective from the racing world and some new ideas on the promotion side. As a team which has been there now more than 10 years and haven't been able to win the driver's title, it's very much orientated for that, and it is important that the team has a leader that they can trust.
You mentioned 2025. What does the future hold for Cyril Abiteboul, Hyundai, and within the WRC?
Let's see. We got two great drivers that are already confirmed in Thierry and Hoyt. We're taking a bit of time for the third car. We want to see a bit of the dynamic of the championship, and also I want really to get everyone to be focused on those last two rounds. So don't expect any announcement before Sunday Japan. And let's see how we can make sure that those ingredients continue to provide for a very nice meal.
Saturday's leg of a repeated loop of 3 stages would start in Germany and end in Austria, with a Beyond Borders stage taking in both countries. The drivers had thought that Friday's Czech stages were the toughest, however a damp, low mist hung in the air. Saturday, the first stage in Germany, and it didn't look very welcoming at all. Adrian Fomo was out of stage 9 after a handful of kilometres. A differential was messing around, switching between 4- and 2-wheel drive. But the Frenchman recovered very quickly back onto the road. Tanak was really pushing. Would this have been in Team Boss Abiteboul's plans? He set a fast benchmark time. Things were happening. Big risks, but for big rewards. There's not much you can teach Jarveoja about driving fast on asphalt, be it wet or dry. But had Tanak just stolen the Maestro's glory? First thing, he had. Thierry Neuville will be Friday's best performer, carefully building up a lead of 6 seconds over Seb. But Thierry was making a slow start, dropping that time and some more. But somehow he kept the lead in stage 9. They named stage 10 Beyond Borders because the stage started in Germany and finished over the border in Austria. Stage 10 also the longest of the day, and one that wouldn't end well for Adrian Fomo. Already wrestling a car with a wounded front diff, which made itself known right here. The Frenchman off again. The damage exposed at the end of the stage, the Puma retired for the day. But the momentum in this crucial rally changed again on the road to Austria. Elvin Evans tore through here, unfazed by these changing, treacherous conditions, which he wasn't expecting. But out of nowhere, a terrific time. Had the challenges to Thierry Neuville's lead just stalled. Just when he seemed to be at his most vulnerable. Seb Ogier was the next to come up short. He's back to the wall then. The lead under threat. The championship on a knife edge now. Was this where a year's hard work Toyotas, but Oit was back in his box, back down a place. Thierry still leads, with a little more breathing room, but over Seb. And Elvin has forced his way back into the reckoning as well. It could all go wrong, and very quickly. Mistakes were so easy on such a greasy stretch of asphalt. Into the green stuff went Thierry Neuville, but only just. And he was quickly out. But that wasn't to be the end of it. There was more grief for the rally and the championship leader. On dirty tyres, with much less traction, Neuville was soon in again, and for longer. And this time, a way out of the field was very hard to find. 30 seconds were gone. The championship hung by a thread. Reading these conditions was nigh on impossible, unless you were Seb Ogier. The task to find the places where it was possible to push, apply pressure on the lead, and to take care through the stretches where you couldn't.
Well, Thierry Neuville struggling for a grip. He's had a couple of moments and he's lost 30 seconds.
Good news for us.
So now Seb leads, and Oit is up into second place. Neuville, he tumbles off the podium down into fourth place.
Yeah, my pace note was too fast. So it's a wide road and yeah, obviously in the dry, maybe it would have worked, but just my pace notes already was optimistic and the car never turned because it was slightly greasy. So I decided to go in the field, but on the way out, there was no way to get out, so we got stuck.
And that's the second moment. You had a spin as well before that.
Yeah, that was simply a spin because I hit the grass. I think I went too quickly on throttle. Yeah, but we are here.
It's service next. Lots of grass and mud to scrape from the cars and check for any hidden damage from all of those trips into the fields.
I mean, it was one of those stages, the first one, where I guess everybody else was a little bit nervous about it. Did you take big risks? Is it one of those where you think I have an opportunity here?
I mean, we definitely gave away too much in the middle one, so the rhythm was a bit too safe, and probably Cyril didn't like our first stage time, as we started to get some messages.
Cyril Unbeatable had clearly laid down the law. Tanak didn't need any more encouragement. The conditions were right. He knew the loop. It was time to get this I-20 of his into the lead. This was going to be the stage. He blitzed everyone this morning. Now he had to lead the fight. A dry road, but still a dirty road in places. So mud was still an issue for Seb Ogier and the others who wanted to steal the lead from the Frenchman. But Seb had lost some time here to Oit, who was now a little over a second behind. Big battle.
I can tell you that Oit is quicker than you by 3.4. The gap is now 1.1 in your favour, though.
Still in the lead.
Championship leader Thierry Neuville knew it. He could little afford another error now. He had to be perfect in his drive to collect whatever points he could from fourth place tonight. This is the official travelling Thierry Neuville fan club. Not as jubilant as they were this morning when their hero was leading. In there too, Thierry's dad, and they're not going away. They'll be there to cheer on the championship leader for the rest of this rally, but quietly, they're starting to save up for plane tickets to Japan. This was supposed to be a tarmac rally, but look at this. How much Elvin Evans was cutting the corners. And it worked. He took the fastest time so far. The door was wide open for Tanak, with Thierry Neuville sliding from the rally lead, which championship odds were shortening. Things were looking up, but he still needed to push to take maximum points. Seb Ogier was our new rally leader, but only just. As it stood, Ogier's mathematical chance for a 9th title was shortening, and he was doing a great job for Toyota. Stage, win, Seb.
Your quickest through so far by 3 seconds, extending your lead.
Yeah, we had to react. He was fast in the previous one, so we had to be fast on this one.
It was important now for Thierry Neuville to be pragmatic about what he could and couldn't achieve this weekend. His odds on the championship had lengthened, so that meant Tanak and Ogier were going to fight it out for this win. Tanak was a whisper quicker, menacing Seb Ogier. A little reminder he was always there. He couldn't get comfortable. Oit wouldn't let him. Quicker than Elvin. There was nothing in the Tanak-Ogier battle. Both drivers under orders to stay on the road, but this was tense stuff. Titles, history were being decided. Another stage win to Seb. Wow.
I can tell you it was good enough for fastest and you retain the lead at the end of the day.
And it's even better, I guess. Thank you for the good news.
In fourth, Thierry Neuville. He'd been expecting so much more this morning, but 30 seconds in some slippery fields had done for him. This would have to do.
Obviously there's a disappointment for sure, but we paid the price. It was definitely a mistake in the recce with the pace note, because even now the note was slower and still the note was nearly too fast. So I didn't see that last night as well. So I'm a bit disappointed about that, but it is what it is.
So Ogier banks the most provisional points on Saturday night. Oit second best, third place to Elvin. After everything, Thierry must settle for fourth. All is not lost for Thierry. He can still take the title on Sunday. But there were surprises still lurking in the final day stages. A moment for Thierry Neuville to reflect on what might have been. But only a moment, as the championship leader needs to bounce back and prepare for battle with teammate Tanak. Today will set the parameters for the final title fight of the season in Japan. Sunday at the Central European Rally consists of 4 German stages comprising 54 kilometres, including 2 of the Passauer Land Wolf power stage. Changing grip levels and surface debris, sure to catch out even the WRC's finest. The mission for young Finn Sami Thierry: get this hybrid Yaris to the end of the weekend. It wasn't to be. He had understeered in a fast left-hander and his Yaris had been flipped by a roadside ditch. Thierry stranded. The young crew quickly out of the car to move the pieces of their beloved Yaris off the racing line. 10 points then from this weekend so far. So would Thierry Neuville risk those 10 points for the maximum 12 now on offer from Sunday? The rewards, they seem out of reach. The road, well, that was just too dirty. No way he was going to push too hard today. Neuville's only credible rival, well, that was still Tanak. First job, beat Neuville, and that was happening. Then get as many points as possible. The master tactician and maestro Seb Ogier needed to be at his best now. Toyota had their fingers crossed, but this wouldn't help. Seb off, at speed and sliding, Tacker style. Had he also lost his grip on the rally lead? A real scare.
There was a lock-up for us, and we went straight.
Okay, car's okay though?
All okay.
Okay, you're going to have to dig deep now to try and catch the others, aren't you?
Yeah, the way it is.
A stunning opening stage from Adrien Fomo this morning showed the M Sport Frenchman was back up to speed. Stage wins, easy to come by when the drivers at the front are playing it safe. But what now? So the Katsuta Thierry duel was over. It was always a friendly one. Takamoto a long way ahead of Greg Munster. Taka third in the Super Sunday standings. And a good time here too. The Czech stages, reminiscent of parts of Wales. This bit of Germany, popular for winter sports. A couple of hard compound Pirellis on the front of Elfyn Evans' Toyota. Elfyn's shot at the title, very, very slim. He needed Thierry to not finish, just to have a chance. Elfyn struggling with this one. The championship race was finally balanced, but at least Oit had forced his way back into the argument. Oit trying to force his way back into the fight for these Sunday points as well, use them to catch Thierry in the championship. Meanwhile, in the other corner, still throwing punches, Seb Ogier, because the win still matters. And it would be here in a couple of hours that the power stage would be held.
When you're fighting someone like Tanak for the win at a tarmac rally, how hard is it?
Yeah, it's always fun. I always enjoy the fight with Oit. I've said that yesterday, you know, fighting a world champion makes always fun, so we love this kind of fight. I think both of us.
The maths required for Tanak to win this year's championship wasn't encouraging at the start of the weekend. But as each stage passed, the likelihood of this title fight going to Japan was increasing. And you won't believe what was about to happen next. During his glory years, Seb Ogier had been the most reliable thing on the planet. But this year, he's been fallible. The great champion sidelined, a few yards from the start of the penultimate stage. The battle for the rally win was finished. All of Seb's points so far gone too. And his slim championship hope. Seb a master at hiding emotions, but not now.
Sebastian Ogier, they're parked up 600 metres into the stage. Your job maybe just got a bit easier.
Excuse me?
Ogier is off 600 metres into the stage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I pushed very hard as well. I was also a couple of times off, so.
So now Elfyn Evans takes up the chase for the rally win. Thierry Neuville is back onto the podium. Oit Tanak also 3 points up on Thierry in the Super Sunday rankings.
I feel angry with myself in this moment. Very sorry for my team. I tried my best, and I repeat since a while that was really my main target, to help them achieving the manufacturer. We were, I think, doing a good job so far, but unfortunately it's a 3 weekend in a row that is not really going my way, and yeah, tough time.
It's the power stage. The WRC 2 win here was never in any doubt. Nikolai Gryazin took the lead on Friday morning and never let go of it. His second victory of 2024. A big win for him at Citroën. And with the WRC 2 championship contender Johan Roussel finishing out of the points here, the title will be decided in Japan. The Super Sunday point scoring system gives drivers a second chance on the final morning of the rally. And no one wanted that chance more than Adrian Fourmeau. Twice off the road because of a front diff issue, but a fast finish from him today. 5th place in Europe went to Grégoire Munster, his best result of the season. One last chance for him to take this Puma to the limit. Since that first corner crash by Seb Ogier, the job had got bigger for Takemoto Katsuta today, and the rewards were greater. The Japanese driver given the green light to push on today, and he did. He went fastest so far.
Taka, what's your target at your home rally in Japan next month?
Yeah, it will be interesting, but just the maximum push. I think I never done like the maximum push before, but I try to do that in Japan.
The wait for this debut title was going to go on to Japan. The final round. Thierry Neuville had been forced to play a canny game after that double off yesterday. Ground would be lost to Oit in the title race, but he was still the favourite.
A challenging event. We went with them on Friday, but after that, yeah, small mistake happened, and since then we had to manage a bit more our ways. Obviously, we would have wanted to bring home the title here this weekend, but not at every price. And after the mistake, we understood that, it wouldn't be for this weekend, but Japan is coming. We will have a comfortable lead, and looking forward to it. Obviously, thank you to the team for a reliable car once again, and sorry for the mistake, but even world champions made mistakes.
It was all about these extra points. They were still there to take. If Elfyn Evans played this game of risk and rewards. Elfyn's result was important to the team. Second place to Elfyn Evans, a tad slower than Tanak. for the rally leader. Tanak knew he had to finish ahead of his teammate Thierry Neuville. That's if he wanted to take the title race on to the final round in Japan, and they had done just that. Oit a little bit smart here, avoiding the Katsuta pace. Getting ready to fight it out all over again at the end of next month. Tanak, the rally winner. His first since Sardinia. Power stage went to Takemoto Katsuta. 5 points to him, chased hard by Andreas Mikkelsen. Then Evans, Neuville, Formeau. Nothing for the rally winner Oit.
Tanak, congratulations, the winner of the Central European Rally 2024, your second win this season, your 21st career win, and your 26 points now behind Thierry. The Drivers' Championship will go to Japan.
Yeah, let's see. Obviously, what happened before the SEP. I mean, it's always difficult to fight a friend, and something like this happens, so it's difficult to find feelings. But anyway, after this, because everything changed in especially manufacturer championship, we really took care in this one to have a clean stage and to bring the points home.
Win at number 21 for Oit. With Elvin Evans 7 seconds behind, Thierry Neuville makes the podium, then Taka and Gregoire. Takemoto Katsuta the best today, Sunday, so 12 points in total for him from the day. Valuable Sunday points for Oit in his pursuit of Thierry. Good Sunday for Formeau, then points for Elvin Evans.
Once again, Super Sunday delivered. It's a lot of emotion. I know that it's under critics and question for next year, but it is what it is. Also, it's entertainment. It's sport and entertainment. That's certainly been very entertaining. As for the championship, it will go down to Japan. The relief is that we know it's going to be a Hyundai driver, and we have a bit of time to think about what's the best tactic to defend against Toyota on their home ground. We know they'll be very, very, very strong. So it was about finding the right balance today and having a bit more points, but also securing what we have. Again, we should not be too greedy. We should be super happy with what we've done.
Here's how it stands in the Drivers' Championship, with just one round remaining. The fight will go down to the final stage of the season in Japan. Hyundai will have a champion for the first time ever. Neuville leads Tanak by 25 points, with a maximum of 30 on offer. Toyota will hope to claim the manufacturer's title at their home event in Japan. They're just 15 points behind Hyundai now, so it's all to play for in this championship battle. The World Rally Championship at its very best. What a weekend it's been. From the forest tracks of the Czech Republic via Germany to Austria and back, the CER has delivered utterly absorbing entertainment. And it's only going to get better at the season finale. See you in Japan in November.